Who is the first person to reach Mount Everest? The correct answer is Sherpa Tenzing and Edmund Hillary. On 29th May 1953, Hillary and Sherpa mountaineer Tenzing Norgay became the first climbers confirmed to have reached the summit of Mount Everest. Who is the first person to reach North Pole? The correct answer is Robert Peary. American explorer Robert Edwin Peary discovered the North Pole on April 1909 after a trial in 23 years. Who is the first person to reach South Pole? The correct answer is Amundsen. Roald Amundsen's Polar Party was the first to reach the South Pole on December 14, 1911. Which is the first country to print book? The correct answer is China. The oldest known printed text originated in China during the first millennium AD. Which is the first country to commence competitive examination? The correct answer is China in civil services. Who is the first president of the USA? The correct answer is George Washington. On April 30, 1789, George Washington took his oath as the first president of the United States. Who is the first prime minister of Britain? The correct answer is Robert Walpole. Modern historians generally consider Robert Walpole, who led the government of the Kingdom of Great Britain for over 20 years from 1721, which is the first country to win Football World Cup. The correct answer is Uruguay. Uruguay won the first FIFA Football World Cup held in 1930. In the final, Uruguay defeated Argentina in 4-2 to become the first nation to win the World Cup. Which is the first country to prepare a constitution? The correct answer is USA. USA was the first country to make constitution which was ratified on June 21, 1788. Who is the first Governor General of Pakistan? The correct answer is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. The British Parliament passed Mountbatten's plan and Muhammad Ali Jinnah became the first Governor General of Pakistan on 15th August 1947. Which is the first country to host NAM Summit? The correct answer is Belgrade. The first summit of the non-aligned movement was held in Belgrade in 1961. Who is the first European to attack India? The correct answer is Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was the first to invade India in the year 327 BC. Who is the first European to reach China? The correct answer is Marco Polo. Marco Polo was an Italian merchant, explorer, and author. Who is the first person to fly aeroplane? The correct answer is Wright brothers. On December 17, 1903, Wilbur and Orville Wright made 4 brief flights at Kitty Hawk with their first powered aircraft. Who is the first person to sail around the world? The correct answer is Magellan. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan set sail from Spain with 5 ships to find the western route to the Moluccas. Which is the first country to send a man to the moon? The correct answer is USA. The iconic moon landing took place on 21st July 1969. Which is the first country to launch artificial satellite in the space? The correct answer is Russia. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched the Earth's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, which is the first country to host the modern Olympics. The correct answer is Greece. The first modern Olympic Games were hosted by the city Athens in the year 1896, which is the first city on which the atom bomb was dropped. The correct answer is Hiroshima. The first atomic bomb, named Little Boy, was dropped on Hiroshima from the Enola Gay at 8:15 am on August 6, 1945. Who is the first person to land on the moon? The correct answer is Neil Armstrong, followed by Edwin E. Aldrin. Apollo 11 was the American space flight that landed humans on the moon, which is the first shuttle to go in space. The correct answer is Columbia. In the year 1981, NASA launched the first space transportation system carrying astronauts John Young and Robert Crippen into orbit, which is the first spacecraft to reach on Mars. The correct answer is Viking 1. The first spacecraft to successfully land on Mars, Viking 1, was part of two-part missions to investigate the Red Planet and search for signs of life. Who is the first woman Prime Minister of England? The correct answer is Margaret Thatcher. She is the Europe's first woman Prime Minister and the only British Prime Minister in the 20th century to win 3 consecutive terms at the time of her resignation. Who is the first Muslim Prime Minister of a country? The correct answer is Benazir Bhutto. Benazir Bhutto was a Pakistani politician and stateswoman who served as the 11th and 13th Prime Minister of Pakistan from 1988 to 1990 and again from 1993 to 1996. Who is the first woman Prime Minister of a country? The correct answer is S. Bandaranaike. Sirima O. Bandaranaike was selected as the world's first female Prime Minister on 21st July 1960. Who is the first woman to climb Mount Everest? The correct answer is Junko Tabe. In 1975, Japanese climber Junko Tabe became the first woman to summit Mount Everest. Who is the first woman cosmonaut of the world? The correct answer is Valentina Tereshkova. Valentina Tereshkova is a Russian engineer, member of the State Duma, and former Soviet cosmonaut, being the first woman to ever fly in space on June 16, 1963. Who is the first woman president of the UN General Assembly? The correct answer is Vijayalakshmi Pandit. She was selected as the first woman president of the United Nations General Assembly in 1953. Who is the first man to fly into space? The correct answer is Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin from the Soviet Union was the first human in space. His vehicle Vostok 1 circled Earth at a speed of 27,400 km per hour with the flight lasting 108 minutes. Who is the first batsman to score 3 consecutive Test centuries? The correct answer is Mohammad Azharuddin. On 1st February 1985, Azharuddin completed his 3rd consecutive Test century against England. Who is the first man to have climbed Mount Everest twice? The correct answer is Nawang Gombo. Nawang Gombo was the first person to reach the summit of Mount Everest twice. He achieved this feat in 1965. Who is the first US president to resign presidency? The correct answer is Richard Nixon. Nixon's second term ended early when he became the only president to resign from office as a result of the Watergate scandal.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Please do.
Thanks for participating. Please do subscribe for more videos.